Hi everybody, doing tomato sauce today. I'm sitting down because I'm in a lot of pain. So I'm doing all the vegetables. I have onions already inside the pan, but I've got the red, the orange, the jalapenos in here. I have the yellow one and the green one, and I'm finishing off the red one here. I've got the garlic cloves here. And the excess I'm putting in here because I have so many tomatoes. I'll probably have a second batch. And once I get this all done, I'm going to saute all this with the onions and mushrooms. And then I'm going to start working on the tomatoes. Hi. I'm finishing up the last pepper. I'm using half of it and the other half's going to go in there for the second batch. And I just got to talk to you about the gardening and stuff. This year we have 9 raised beds, and they're 180 square feet, I believe they are. And I'm going to be having herbs and so forth in there. And what I do is I save all my seeds, like this is the yellow pepper I have, and all the little seeds that are in there. I didn't have the large one. This was a large green, yellow pepper. So whatever ones I don't have, I save the seeds, I dry them out and so forth. I didn't have the orange one, so I'm saving the orange one. The green one I did have, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. And the red one I did have. But by doing this, by raising your own food, you know, it's fresh, it's healthy. And a lot of people I've noticed have been talking about survival and if a disaster happens and so forth. But if you're not doing this on a daily basis and don't know how to can or how to dehydrate or how to make homemade bread on a daily basis, when something does happen, you're going to be in a lot of trouble, because then you're going to have to learn the basics right away. And if you're not ready for it and you're not doing this on a daily basis or when you need to, you're not going to know the first thing, because there's not going to be an internet that's going on. That could be cut off for all you know. You're going to need to go to get books if there's the library open. I like doing gardens because I like fresh vegetables. And if something's on sale, I'll pick it up and I'll use them right away. Like right now I have so many vegetables that I'm making my sauce right now and canning it, and I'll probably make salsa as well. And tonight, if I have the energy, I may be making 2 loaves of bread. I make my own bread now. So I'm just doing everything what I can right now to have for my own pantry, because I like my own sauce. I like how it comes out. It's better than the store-bought brand, and it's cheaper. So you need to know these basics now if you're planning on doing something. If something does happen, to me, if it happens, it happens. But either way, I'll be prepared, because I'm doing this at least twice a week, canning or dehydrating and making my own homemade breads and so forth. You know, if I see something going bad, I'll take it for either my animals. If it's too bad for me, I'll give it to my pigs. I have a small farm. I'll give it to the chickens if it's bread and stuff that's too hard. But either way, I'm prepared to feed the animals. I'm prepared to feed the family here. So just fair warning, if you're worried about survival, start learning it now. This I love doing because it gives me something to do. It's fresh food for the family, and it stores. And I love the sauce. I love the salsa. And I'm going to be getting into my dehydration because I just got a new dehydrator, and I'll be posting some videos on that when I get some other stuff going on with that, because I don't have everything for it to seal everything, so I want to be prepared for it before I make the videos. But we're going to continue with the tomato sauce. I just finished all the peppers, and I'm going to be doing the garlic, and then we'll be sauteing this in a few minutes. Hi. I just give you some background here. we are fortunate enough to have some animals here on the homestead. We've got pigs, we've got goats, a couple goats, Nigerian dwarf goats. I love them because they stay small. And we have chickens. And we do have a neighbor down the road that has, I believe we said 60 sheep, females and males. Some are pregnant, some are not. And we can actually barter with him. He's an elderly man, not too elderly, but he's been working on his little homestead as well. And the sheep are just multiplying like crazy right now. So he can't give the sheep away, nobody wants. So we do have an enclosure fence, an electric fence outside. It's very snowy right now, so we'll show you, because it's snowing out right now, but we will show you the outside of the enclosure, which we will be enlarging. And I'm going to be bartering with him with some of the canning stuff I have, and some homemade breads and so forth I have, because he doesn't can, and his wife doesn't can anymore. And I know that he loves canning stuff, from spaghetti to beans from the garden and so forth that we have, because he was just going to give them away, and I don't feel right just getting 4 sheep from him and not giving him anything. So I'm going to give him a bunch of canned stuff I have here, from pumpkins to everything, because she does like to bake, so I'll give him a bunch of pumpkins I have already canned. And then from there, we'll see what's going on. Hi everybody. I'm done with all the peppers. They're all in here. And I'm just messing around with some seeds and stuff. I think I'm going to just mix all these seeds together and see what happens. First time I'm ever doing it, so what the hell. You know, you never know. People do it all the time, and it's my first time, so I'm going to try it. As a homesteader now, it's something new. We've been doing it, I would say, the last, maybe, we started out with 2 Nigerian dwarf goats, and they've had babies and so forth, and then we just grew on them because they're so good. And then we got chickens. We had chickens, and we had eggs. We get eggs every day. In the winter it slows down a lot. We have to give them the right food and so forth, but it does slow down. But we will be getting more chickens this year. We will be slaughtering the chickens we have, because we've had them for quite a few years, so we'll have meat in our chest freezer for them. We just got piglets this year, so we're going to be breeding them this year. They're not quite ready yet. And I think we got into it because I needed the dwarf goats as therapy animals for myself. I was working and I got injured at work, and it's been over almost 4 years, I think, now. And between going back and forth to doctors and fighting lawyers and so forth, for workers' comp and so forth, it was a pain. So I finally got on disability, and then just about a year or so ago, I would say, I got on disability. And now during this whole time, I've been going to school, and I finished my master's degree in mental health counseling, and I was working in the mental health counseling field and the crisis stabilization. And I can't do that anymore because I can't sit long enough. I have spasms, I have chronic pain, I have migraines. There's a lot. And then I was just diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So it's quite hard to do a lot of things. I have my stepson and I have my hubby here that help me around to do a lot of things on the homestead, carrying the water down, especially in the winter, because I cannot lift a lot of things. So they do all that, and when I'm inside with the chicken coop, I talk to the ladies in there, the chickens, and I make sure everybody's okay in there. And I have, I had 4 babies in there. They're getting quite big, but I opened the cage to let them out, and the other chickens were actually pecking at them, so I put them back in the cage, and they actually pecked on one and killed it. So that's why I wouldn't get rid of the other ones. The Brody, and I was like, well, no, they're gonna stay in the cage until spring, and then we're gonna kill the other ones. So it's more or less lifestyle for me right now. That's why I'm sitting down, because of the pain. I get a lot of spasms and pain, so I can't stand long at times, and I'm always sitting down on a chair doing stuff. The lifestyle is good. What else? But I miss going to school. I'm just at my comps, and I'm at my dissertation phase of my PhD, and I had to stop because of the concentration. There was so much going on between doctors and visits. I mean, I had so much going on between like 4 different doctors and so forth, and I still do. So with the concentration phase, I did not want to do my comps at that time. I could have, but I did not want to take the chance and then start my dissertation. I will be going back to finish that phase, because I am not a quitter. I'm just taking my time to finish what I have to do to get well, and trying to beat what I have to do. Fibromyalgia is not good. But once all this therapy goes down, this is my 3rd therapy session, and it's water therapy, which is great. It's better than the other techniques. But in the meantime, canning has kept me going. What's the other thing? The dehydration is going to be new to me, so when we start doing that, it'll be great, because you can do beef jerky, and I know the guys like beef jerky. I can make homemade dog food and treats, which will be healthy for my dog. There's so much. I did do 1 batch of strawberries, dehydrated strawberries, and they are great. They taste so good, and you can smell the sweetness of them, and they're great for snacks. Let's see, what else? I don't know. Anything am I missing? Let's see.
Well, we've got the bag sealer coming in the mail.
I got a bag sealer coming in the mail.
Vacuum sealing.
It's a vacuum sealer for dehydration, but also for the canning, to take all the air out as well. So that's why I'm waiting to dehydrate more stuff.
We've been doing the canning in the pressure cooker, not water bath.
I haven't been doing the water bath too much. I've been doing the pressure cooking in the pressure cooker here, but I am going to get another pressure cooker, because you can cook in this one, and it has buttons you can push, but it's kind of
cooks a little too fast.
It cooks fast, so you can't really simmer anything really. You have to watch it to cook in it, but it does make great meals for fish and pea soup and other meals and stuff like that. But when I do the pressure cooking for the tomato sauce and everything, it does work wonders. But after, I like to let it simmer, and I have to watch it, because it simmers too high.
Want to show them the vegetables that we got from the co-op?
Not yet. And there's so much going on that it's crazy. But none of this will go to waste. This will go to my animals. Nothing goes to waste. The seeds, I mixed all the seeds together only because I wanted to experiment with some things. But look at all these seeds. And this is from all the peppers. There's a lot of seeds down in here, and they're all mixed together. So we're going to get a hybrid of the green, yellow, orange, and red peppers. I just wanted to, I'll put that in a special area in the garden just to see what comes up. And jalapeno, there'll be some jalapenos. So it's going to be a hybrid of something, you know. but I'll show you that when that comes up. But being a homesteader is it's a lifestyle that you can choose, and being, you know, not being able to work and everything, this has given me something to look forward to, and nothing going to waste. If it's like our vegetables from the garden, or going to a co-op, and like in the wintertime, getting vegetables through them is
For free?
it's, you know, we get them for free, so it's awesome. There's a lot there, and there's a limited time you can get so much stuff. But, and I also ask them if there's any vegetables or produce that they're throwing away that they can't give to people, because I have pigs and other animals that, you know, I can use. And they say, oh yeah, go in the back, drive around back, and there's usually boxes there, and I used to pick them up and I give them to my animals. So they get fresh produce, especially the pigs, they love it. And sometimes there's fruit back there, which the chickens love, watermelon or apples and so forth. So
I didn't know the chickens can eat so many different kinds
Yeah,
of foods.
there's different kinds of foods.
They
that
can actually even eat meat.
They do, but I don't feed my chickens meat.
Well, it's
They're
like birds,
organic.
like birds eating roadkill.
Yeah, I don't give my chickens meat. I don't give the pigs meat. They only eat vegetables and fruit, and breads. I get a lot of breads that are like kind of steel and, you know, so forth. So I just break it up, and the chickens, the goats, and the pigs love the breads and so forth. And I get their wheat and grains from the different breads from that as well in the winter time. So
Do you want me to show them the vegetables that we got yesterday?
they would, not from yesterday, but underneath, because there's some on the table, there's some in the refrigerator, in the drawer, only a few on the table, the island, because I put those others away. Let me move this, because I'm gonna do stuff with that up there. This, I'm going to be using all of these vegetables. Okay. Got this for the animals, because they love it. But we got pumpkins, we got apples, spaghetti squash, a melon, pineapple. Sorry about all this mess here. You guys like to smoke. Okay, and then I got tomatoes here. I've got all kinds of mushrooms, thyme, mushrooms, sweet peppers. And then these are all are tomatoes as well. I use the tomatoes that are going to be going bad first, to get them out of the way so they don't go bad. So I have a whole bag of tomatoes in here as well. I don't know if you can see in here or not. So there's quite a lot of tomatoes in there. So I gotta go through the fridge and grab those tomatoes. And they're gonna have to be blanched so I can get the skins off them. And then go from there, because I core them first. Pour all these first. It's so much easier to do them first. Okay. The Italian way. I've got the garlic in there. I've got the red, green, yellow, and orange peppers. So I just mixed them up basically. And we are gonna go put them in the pressure cooker to saute them with the onions. Alright, there's onions in here already. So I'm going to just put this in. It smells good, and I don't even have seasonings in it yet. Okay. Yes, I like to work with my hands. I always do. I'm always washing them constantly. I'm just mixing it up before I even put it on yet. I have to add oil to it.
Using olive oil or?
Right now I'm going to use my other oil because I didn't pick up any olive oil yet. Lazy Susan. I always have plenty of oil around here. Usually I have olive oil, so I usually put quite a lot because there is a lot down there. And I keep it out just in case I need it. Like I said, this is the Elite Bistro. And since it's veggies, I'm putting on this. And then I'm gonna add, keep that red out. Let's see what we have in here. Okay, I had one that was open because we used it the other night, but I will be canning lots of.
We're gonna dehydrate those.
I'm gonna dehydrate probably some, but maybe not. I don't know if they'll last, but if they don't last, I'm gonna probably can some mushrooms because I don't want them to go bad.
Are we gonna slice up these whole mushrooms?
Probably, but I like to use the sliced ones first because they go bad faster.
Okay.
The sliced ones go bad a lot, faster. So I do need to get my knife. Well, I can grab another knife here. Let's just grab. This is small. Grab a knife, and all I'm gonna do, since it just started to
I would just like to add that the cooking surface that she's using here, or the surface she's chopping on, is my great-great-grandmother's orange marble slab that was cut for her in Italy. And it's not a veiny marble, it's a blotchy marble. It's really rare, but we use it to cook on. It's an orange marble, and it's awesome. It's it's a great preparation surface. And I know some people will probably balk at that, using the orange Italian marble surface for cooking, but it's faring well. It's not being scratched up. It's not getting ruined. And I'd rather this than a coffee table. So.
Okay. Veggies are all simmering still. It's going to take a couple more minutes, maybe another 10-15 minutes for this. I let them all simmer down. I want them all cooked thoroughly. I got mushrooms in here, garlic, peppers, onions. So I want them cooked thoroughly through. So this will take about another 10 minutes or so. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is clean up my mess and get ready to do the tomatoes. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm going to get the tomatoes ready. I like to cut the core and the center out first. It's so much easier in the beginning. Only because when they're soft, it's so hard to do.
We're doing the tomatoes now.
Yep, tomatoes.
Okay, blanching, you call it, or?
I call it blanching. You put it in the hot water, which I have simmering in the background. Sometimes, this is the first time I'm doing it ahead of time, so let me see what I have here. This might help. There we go.
So you core them first.
Yep, I like to core them first.
Okay.
Get them done. And I like to get the, because they come with papers and so forth, so I like to get them all off. You can do them after because they come right off anyway because the skins are coming off. But yeah, it's easier to do now because can you imagine doing this when they're
mushy
and mushy? It's ridiculous. Come on. There we go. Okay, this is what I call blanch, and you just plop these in. I've already cored them, so it won't take long. Usually I keep them in there for about maybe a minute or so. Usually you can tell because they'll start like splitting a little bit.
Was that boiling hot or?
It's still warming up for me. You put in as many as you want. Totally up to you. I'm used to doing it, so I just put a bunch of them in. And then while they're in there, what I do is, this is the hot one, that's the cold one. So I can only fit so many in there, so while they're in there, I just continue and I make...
How long do you keep them in the hot water?
For about a minute to 3 minutes, depends on when they start, cracking.
And you're coring again.
And then I go back to coring to get the rest of the tomatoes I need.
With an apple corer, I guess.
No, this is actually a potato peeler.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I use the potato peeler. It's so much easier. Don't matter what they look like on the outside, it's what's on the inside. That's how I always say it. Because it could be, I had them in the refrigerator and I really didn't need them in the refrigerator, to tell you the truth. But I had no place to put them, so I put them in the refrigerator. Okay, this one's ready because you can see the crack on the side. That's how you can tell that you can split them open and get the skin off. So I'm going to put this in the back pot, which is cold water. And I'm just checking others to see how the skin is doing on them. And that's how you check them. So I'm going to go to the bottom because I know I have a few on the bottom to see if they're ready. Oh, this one looks like, yep, this one's ready.
What, when they start getting cracks in them?
Yep, when they start getting cracks in them and you see the skin kind of like shrivel up, see how it shrivels up? It's all shrivelly here. It's a little hot, but it's a little shrivelly here.
Yeah.
And it's cracked. That's ready. So a few of them still need to sit in here. And I'll check on them in a few. Okay, I'm going to get the seasonings together for the sauce. And I'm double batching because it's going to be a big batch here. So I have, it says here 3 teaspoons of basil, so I am going to put 6. Okay, basil's in. Italian season, 1 teaspoon, so I'm gonna put 2.
What's Italian season? Is it ground up Italian people?
No. Italian has all the seasonings that you need for, has like thyme, rosemary and all that stuff in it. Dried parsley. Where's dried parsley? Here we go. And that is 2, so I'm going to put 4.
What's that, parsley?
2, yep. 3, 4. Salt says 1. I'm going to put 2.
Can people substitute for sea salt or no?
Well, it's up to them. They like sea salt better. I'm sure they could. You would have to check your recipe for that. Pepper.
How much pepper now?
It says 1. I am going to put 2. Oh, if I did it the right way, it might help. Since I don't have nails, there we go. 1, 2. Okay. And then garlic, I'm going to put, it's garlic pepper, so I am going to put 2 in. And that's because we use garlic pepper around here all the time. It just gives it more flavor. You can put whatever seasonings you want in yours. Oregano, we're going to put 2 in. We're spicy here, they call me the spicy lady. Or the spice lady because of my spice cabinet, which I'll show you in a minute. And bay leaves. I'm only going to put 1 bay leaves in because I have the regular bay leaves, which will cook with the sauce. Okay, so then you just mix it up.
Now, do we throw that in with the sauce or with the reduced vegetables?
No, I'm going to do it with the sauce.
Okay, so we're going to put that aside.
I'm going to put this aside, and once the sauce gets going, then this will be ready. So that'll be ready. But this is my spice cabinet. So that's why they call me the spice lady. And it also twirls for my baking side. I also have seeds I saved, like I told you, in here for the garden. So that's my cabinet.
Okay, what are we doing?
I'm just taking the tomatoes out of the cold water so I can take the skins off, and putting the rest of them back into the cold water, and just repeating the process so I have enough tomatoes for the sauce, and then I'll peel the skins in a couple minutes. Once they're done from the cold water, skins come right off. Sometimes you might need a knife, but most times you can peel them just like this.
And save the scraps for the pigs.
Any pigs, animals, whoever.
Okay, so you're going to do that to all of them. So
Yep, I'm going to put these, actually, in here. I don't even have to.
you're going to puree these or dice?
I'm going to puree those, and then I got some more I got to do. And I'll dice after, so that's it. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna puree some of these. Hopefully I plugged in the right one.
It's plugged in.
Okay. I know. Put it in their hole, maybe it'll work, right? It's not on. It's the first time I'm using this, so.
Alright, I'll
Okay. Got it.
So you puree some and you dice some.
Yep. So I'm going to just pour this in now. And then I'll have some more to puree. Okay, got everything inside and it's been on warm. I'm going to pressure cook this for 25 minutes and then I'm going to let it simmer for several hours. But this is what we have right now. Seasons and everything are in. After 25 minutes, I'm going to check it and see how it tastes and see if I need any more paste to put in. I like my sauce thick, and we'll go from there. Hi everybody, tomato sauce is done. I want you to look at it before I start canning it. This is the finished product. I let it cook all night long on just warm. I do some pressure cooking overnight, then I just let it sit all night long basically and added some sauce to it when it started to get really thick. But after that, that's it. And it's yummy because we had some for dinner. What I'm going to do now is I am going to sanitize my jars. I am going to now load up. My jars have all been sanitized, so I am going to load up these first 4 jars I have to get them ready to can. So that'll be all set, because I need this pressure cooker to can them in. So that should be good right there, because you want that 1/2 inch space there.
Yeah, the head space.
Yep, the head space you need. I'm guessing right now 8 jars, but I could be wrong because it looks like pretty much in here. There's a lot in here, so I may have to do a lot more. Okay, this is the finished product. 16 jars. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 jars out of the tomato sauce I made. Now all that's left to do is to pressure cook them at 40 minutes, and I can do 6 jars at a time, which is fine with me, and then they will be done. They just have to cool overnight.
And label.
They will be pressure cooked in here. I just have to clean this up because that's what the sauce was in. And all I have to do is take this out. This comes right out. I'll clean it. It will fit 6 jars in it. I just have to add the water to it. And it goes up to about maybe about that high to the water to pressure cook for 40 minutes. Take them out, let them cool on the table like here, just like this, overnight, and then tomorrow I will label them and put them back on the shelf.